Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of Afternoon Drive Home on IC Radio. We are in the town of Geraldine, Alabama right now. Thank you again so much for watching. IC Radio stands for In Christ Radio. And if you're hungry, guys, it also stands for ice cream. So you can remember it that way as well. But thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it. You can find us a number of ways. You can find us on our station, icradio.media. You can also find us on channel 182 on Charter Communications, which is in the North Alabama area. You can also find us nationwide and worldwide on Abundant TV, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Everybody knows I'm a huge cheerleader for Northeast Alabama Community College in Snead State. Everybody knows it. So I have a couple of guests. I've interviewed them before, and it's so good to be with them again on this very, very special edition of Afternoon Drive Home. So right now I'm talking with John Allen Pope and Misty. Misty, I always butcher up your last name. How do I pronounce your last name?
Merilian.
Easy. I don't know why I'm not getting it, but it's so good to have you guys on the show today. And I'll have to tell you, the training that's involved through you guys is awesome. I'm talking about for young folks and us older folks as well. So let's talk for a few minutes. John Allen, what are we going to be doing?
Hey, thanks, Donna. Thanks for having us. Just touching base on the adult education program. Again, I'm the director of the adult education program at Northeast, and we do serve residents in Jackson, DeKalb, and Marshall County. We serve anybody 16 or older who's not enrolled in high school, and we can help them with academic skills, help them get in training programs through the colleges. We just really want to upskill everybody in their education, get them the skills they need to get jobs. As we all know, there's plenty of jobs out there right now. If they're wanting work, there's really good jobs out there. And Misty, who's with us also, she's our work-based learning coordinator, and she primarily works in the Marshall County area down there with our program and is housed at Snead State. And she can give you some updates on that area here in just a little bit. With New Year's coming up, just want to remind everybody as they make those New Year's resolutions, to make their education and training a priority in their lives. That's the one thing that can definitely change their life, their families' lives, and set the bar for their children and the generations behind them with education. Just want to remind everybody, we offer GED classes throughout those 3 counties. We also have another program, Donna, in addition to the GED, which, as they enroll with us, we help them prepare for those tests, and we can help pay for the cost of those tests. It doesn't cost them anything to come to class and enroll in our program, and we're able to help them out with any cost associated with getting the GED. But there's also another program in Alabama that's a really neat program that actually helps people get their high school diploma through us. We are partnered, since we're in the Alabama Community College system, and we're partnered with the K-12 system. It's called the Alternative High School Diploma. And there's a few requirements. If they have to be at least 19 years old, they have to have last attended an Alabama public high school. It can't be private or a homeschool. But if they attended a high school in Alabama, a public high school, and they're at least 19 years old, when they enroll with us, we can get their transcripts from those high schools, and we can get a path developed for them. And a lot of them actually graduate with their high school diploma, whether it would be a Fife High School, Gunnersville High School, Boaz High School, Ider High School, Fort Payne, they actually get that diploma from their school. So that's a really neat way. Maybe they did have some hiccups in the road that, they had to leave school for whatever reason. There's actually a pathway for them to go back and get that high school diploma through us. Even people who just maybe completed high school but didn't pass the graduation exam when that was a requirement. So, never give up on getting your high school diploma. There's just so many options out there now. Please call us, come see us at any of our locations. There's definitely a pathway for you to get that GED or high school diploma. Some facts on our other classes there. We still have our adult reading classes going in different locations. Our ESL programs, we have very large ESL classes throughout our region. Definitely down in the Marshall County area with Misty there in Albertville and everything. We provide just, great resources for learning to read, speak English, communicate. We can help get credentials, Misty can even tell you some things we're doing down at Tyson in Albertville, some of our classes that we actually have going through them. And we also, Donna, have what's called, it used to be called Ready to Work. And the state has just recently released a major update to it. It looks phenomenal, very user-friendly, interactive, but they've rebranded it, and we call it ACE, and that stands for Alabama Career Essentials. And basically, it's an online hybrid course that we offer through our program in the college, and it's industry-driven employability skills is basically what it is. We're trying to prepare these individuals, if they're in a job, to think about the skills they need in that job. If they don't, to get them ready for a job. And when they complete that program, it takes about 40 hours, but they also get a free college class at any Alabama community college. So, that's money in their pocket basically for completing this while also learning some important skills. It covers things like computer literacy, math for the workplace, financial literacy, effective communication, resolving problems in the workplace, workplace etiquette, employment preparation, healthy workplace environments, workplace safety. So I mean, it's just all those things they need in that day-to-day. How do I communicate and operate within the company, within the workplace, wherever I'm at, and develop those skills out. They also do the work key certifications if they need that for their business or industry there. Again, more credentials that they can put on their resume, because we also help them with resume building. We also help with mock interviews in that program. And we actually have people, when we invite these companies and HR representatives and career centers to our mock interviews, we usually have people getting offered jobs on the spot. When they talk to those businesses and they see what these students are doing to complete these programs, showing up to class, that kind of goes ahead and sets the precedent that they believe they're going to be one that's going to show up to work for them. And like I said, generally we have people who are offered jobs on the spot for those.
I think that's pretty amazing. I wanted to mention this because I have a few questions also for Misty, and I'd like for her to go ahead and get started. But since we are worldwide on Abundant Television, if you are a business out there and you're really thinking about moving into the Alabama area, we got it going on here. Is that right, Misty?
I believe so. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity here, and there's a lot of businesses that are hiring. So anyone that moves in this area, especially Marshall County area, there's a lot of industry that's hiring. In fact, we just had a college and career day at our ESL location in Albertville, and we had Newman Technology, TS Tech, Mitchell Grocery. We had some students to actually get a job through that college and career day.
That's awesome. To know that, and there's another thing about this area. First of all, low cost of living if you're thinking about locating a business in this area. Not only
Mhm.
that, but our workers are really good. There's a few things we're just like everybody else, but overall, I think we got the best workers in Alabama.
I agree. Yeah. And I
It's
know
probably
our
because your
students.
mother or your grandmother is just right down the road and will correct you if you don't do your job correctly.
That's right.
Okay, so what's going on in your neck of the woods, Misty?
Classes are winding down for Christmas break, and we'll start back up after the new year, January 9th. But like John Allen had mentioned, we started up Upward Academy again at Tyson. And but this time there's more of a focus on digital literacy, because Tyson is going pretty much all digital, doing everything computer-based, internet-based, even app-based on the phones. So Tyson has incorporated a curriculum to help teach with digital skills and English skills at the same time. And our teacher, Jessica, she has been successful at helping the students call HR, get their login credentials so they can get online and access anything that's related to their pay stub, insurance, whatever they have available online at Tyson. And that's pretty huge. Creating a username and password is hard enough for us, but if you do not know the English language and don't know the names of the characters or the symbols on your keyboard or how to make a capital letter, that can be challenging for anyone. So our teacher, Jessica, has been successful I believe I saw her yesterday, and several of the students were able to log into their accounts successfully. So that's really encouraging.
That's really encouraging. Something with the technical world, and I've been in the technical world for a long time. Used to be internet service providers and cell phone carriers. The thing about it is you can never know it all. It's a constant change because the industry changes like sometimes 2 times in a daytime. I mean, it really changes. So I'm glad you guys are available to help keep us with the updates.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
John Allen, let's talk just for a few minutes too about Northeast Alabama Community College and some of the things that are happening there. I'm so glad to know that even if you have a college degree, some people just want to work with their hands.
Mm-hmm.
And there are so many great jobs that are available. We want you to stay local, by the way. Don't go somewhere else. But for the
That's right.
kids who live in this area, once they graduate out of high school, there's really no need to go anywhere else. You guys get a lot of help in with other industries in the area who are actually looking for employees.
Absolutely. I mean, our workforce development department, they do an excellent job communicating with the business and the industry throughout the area. Dean Wright, Kerry Wright there, and Melissa Ledbetter, they're a great team, communicating again with the schools, recruiting students early, dual enrollment opportunities that go ahead and let them be working on those skills in high school and then finish those degrees and recruit adults either wanting to change occupations or go into one of the career tech workforce fields. There's just tons of opportunities out there. I know Northeast has the new building construction program that's been going about close to a year now. I know they'll be rolling out a lot of training programs to go with it. I was just talking to Melissa this morning. I know they're still, fixing to release their spring schedule there of all the training. It could be construction, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, all those types of programs. If somebody's wanting to learn a skill or a trade, now's an excellent time to do so. Please get in touch with somebody at Northeast. I know anybody will be glad to help you get on the path to learning that trade and getting you a job, because that's the ultimate end goal. And that's really where those connections come into play, as those businesses call the college looking for workers, and that's who they're recruiting, is the students they're training right now.
Absolutely. I mean, such an opportunity. If I were in high school right now, I would be going for 2 of those. Because think about really, if you're really ambitious, I mean, this is the time to go ahead and get started, especially with all the opportunities that are of you as well. So,
Absolutely. I mean, have
wow.
you tried to call an electrician or a plumber in the last year or two?
Yes.
It's getting slimmer and slimmer. It really is. And as we continue to get older and this is the generation we need to learn those skills to fill those gaps in those trades. Because as people retire out of the workforce, we need just as many or more going into those fields to fill those gaps.
Absolutely. And something else about those particular jobs is they can grow with you as you go through each, our lives change. So when you're young, you may want to travel, take a welding job, go to the coast and, go underwater welding. And then you get a little bit older, wife, kids, husband, whatever, and you get married, you might want to settle down a little bit, go work for somebody. You'll be a huge asset to any company at that point. Then a little bit later on, maybe, I think I want to start my own business. You'll have those customers ready and you'll be able to change onto that. And I know a guy who is actually in Fife, Alabama, retired. I think it's welding retired from. And so he's retired. Anytime he and his wife decide they want to go on a trip, he goes on out and talks to companies, and he's an asset to every company in this area. So there are just
Wow.
so many opportunities throughout your entire life. You just want a few extra dollars and work for a month or so, you can do that as well. Folks, let's go ahead and go into a commercial break. We're going to be gone for about 3 minutes. I'll take you guys off of the video, but I'll bring you right back in as soon as we get finished with this, okay? We'll be right back in just a minute.
Are you ready? We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer yes. Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
Twin City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales look forward to serving you. And you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Fort Payne and Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by the locations in Fort Payne and Gadsden. We sincerely look forward to serving you.
Jeff McCurdy of the McCurdy Law Firm has been a public servant of this area over 10 years. McCurdy, a member of the Henniger City Council, serves as prosecutor for the town of Sylvania and was named public defender for the city of Rainsville. The McCurdy Law Firm is located at 17326 Alabama Highway 75 in Henniger to better represent his Jackson and DeKalb County clients. If you need to be represented by a true public servant with proven success, contact Jeff at 256-996-8701 or send a private email to mccurdylawfirm@gmail.com. No representation is made that the legal services performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers.
To be with you, John Allen, Misty, so good to be with you today. You guys are just really shining light out there. A lot of times we listen to the media and we think, oh, there's no hope. I mean, everything is just, going down the toilet. But you guys are bringing so much light to the young folks. And I think they're recognizing that well.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you can tell by campus here. I mean, there's just a ton of people on campus every day. I mean, you can tell. It seems like especially the younger students there, they're really wanting to get back in class on campus here, whether it's in the academics or in the workforce fields.
Mm-hmm. When COVID hit 2020, none of us really want to talk about that, but I wanted to bring a point out. And this is when we did have issues. You guys, you jumped right in there and handled it. And so people were still able to take classes and move forward. Is that right, John Allen?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the college has done a great job over the last several years in their online offering of classes and developing online classes. So as far as that goes, when COVID happened, of course, it was hard for everybody, but I feel like the college was in a great position for transitioning to online classes and kind of the Zoom version of those with their teachers still. If we hadn't have had all the work prior to COVID happening, it would have been much more difficult. But I think, the college was in a great position to transition as well as everybody could.
Absolutely. Misty, I've got just wanted to make a remark about Albertville, Marshall County. All I can say is, wow. I mean, companies are coming in from all over the place. So that means we've got to have more employees. And they don't have to go anywhere anymore, right? Okay, you graduated out of high school. This is what I would do. Okay, and this is actually what I did. So when I graduated from high school, I lived with my parents for a while and saved up my money, then got out. That's a great opportunity because you're close to home and you're still making good money at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of new restaurants, hotels that are coming in. Of course, we have the new Sand Mountain Park and Amphitheater. That's great for not only jobs, but also for families to have opportunities to entertain themselves, exercise, whatever they need to do. And I know they do have summer camps for the kids. And then, like I said, there's Whataburger is going to be opening soon. We got that new movie theater across from the Hospice Thrift Store that's already open. Heard a lot of great things, and they're hiring. So definitely a lot of opportunity. And the industries that are already here, they're hiring as well. So you don't have to go far to find a job in Albertville and Marshall County.
Absolutely. So I want to talk with both of you about this, and this pertains to job interviews. because now there's etiquette, a new etiquette that was not out there when I was looking for a job in the 1970s, 1977 to be direct. As we didn't have cell phones, we didn't have all the stuff that would get in the way of a job interview. And so let's talk a little etiquette. What should you not do on a job interview, Misty?
You should not be checking Facebook or your messages. You need to have your phone on silent and put away.
Should they even bring the phone in at all? Would it be wise just to leave it in the car?
I think it's okay to bring it as long as it's on silence. A lot of people have their calendars on their phone, so and a lot of people have their email. So if there's a job offer or there's another interview that's going to be taking place, it would be good to have your phone in hand to place that on your calendar.
Okay, what about you, John Allen? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with Misty there. I mean, I think again, just somebody's going to pay attention to how much attention you're giving them. I think it's are you excited for that interview? Are you showing real interest that you want to be there? I think that's the main thing now, because these companies are willing to help you get trained, willing to help you learn. I really don't think they're looking for specific things at times. They're just looking for somebody who wants to work and is showing some enthusiasm to learn and be a part of that team at that company. So I just really think that's one of the most important things now.
Let's talk to employees who are currently with the company. You're always wanting to move up within the company. You always want to better yourself. So, what if you talked with your boss and you said, Mr. Boss Man, I'd like to go to SNEED. I'd like to go to Northeast Alabama Community College. Would you consider reimbursing the classes I take? That happens. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's several companies that do that. There may be some agreements that you'll stay with the company, for some period of time, if they invest that money in you. But absolutely, I mean, a lot of them maybe would either reimburse that the tuition or whatever, or maybe they have that connection at the college. Maybe there's scholarships available. The colleges, Northeast and SNEED, also have apprenticeship programs with companies. So, a lot of them know those training pipelines that they could go through to try to move up, whether it be in maintenance, refrigeration, just some examples like that. But there's a lot of opportunity either for reimbursement or scholarship opportunities.
Absolutely. Now, I've often thought if I'm actually going to make a career out of it or not. It's kind of neat to know how to do electrical stuff and have that certificate ready for you. Now, there's a difference
Mhm.
between going on it like I know how to do, I don't, but let's just pretend I know how to do electrical stuff. Okay, so I go on a job interview. I don't have that certificate. How long would it take me to get one?
Well, it just depends on what program they're going into. Whether it's just a non-credit training, short-term certificate, could be just weeks to a month, or I think 6 to 8 weeks, somewhere in there, some of those training programs versus a degree program through building construction.
Mhm. Well, Missy, how can we have this big wave going through right now, and it's where folks are retiring from these positions, and then we've got to hurry up and get folks ready and trained. So, I mean, let's ride the wave for a few minutes. What do we need to do to get students interested and headed in that direction?
Oh, just continuing with our community outreach and just making our presence aware. Like John Allen said, we do offer the GED courses. We offer the ESL. We do have the ACE and work keys, but also we do have that partnership with Sneed State, especially for women with children, and that is the modern manufacturing for working women class. And I did bring a flyer this time, but basically they offer different skills, like digital literacy, financial literacy, precision measurement instruments, parenting partners workshops, self-care workshops. They just get different certifications to help them get their foot in the door, to take care of their children. And of course, like you said, people are retiring. We need these young mothers to be able to take these jobs, and but also to take care of their families. But the program date for the spring starts February 13th and ends in May 25th. and that's on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 8 to 12 in the mornings. So you can contact myself or Sneed State, and I would be happy to assist any of the women to get in this wonderful program. It's free. They do offer gas cards once a week, I believe, and it's just really beneficial for these women in our community that just need that extra boost of help.
And they're actually doing the graduation for the class that's currently going on tomorrow at
Yes.
noon. So
And they do get
program.
Yes, and they do get interviews from different industries, and a lot of them do hire them on the spot after they go through these trainings. So it's really great.
I think so too. Sherry Height, who is with Family Services of North Alabama, is a frequent guest on my show. And so there's a program they have put together, and I think they're in the line, I know, with Northeast. And this is where it's almost the same thing, where they will offer assistance, maybe to people who've made the wrong decisions in their life. You know, maybe they're just hanging out with the wrong crowd when they were younger and got into a bit of trouble, but they've turned their lives around, and they're really helping almost in the same way. I'm just glad we have those kind of programs out there for this area.
Yeah, we partner with them. We can refer and they can refer to us as well. We're both serving the same, basically the same participants in some areas, but we actually had Sherry and the family services come talk at our last in-service for adult education during our in-service in July, just to get more awareness of what they're offering and how we can all work together to just try to help these people get back on their feet, get back to work, and just be productive citizens. That's really what we're looking for.
And that's why another thing I wanted to add about this community in this area right here. If you're a business thinking about coming to Alabama, we got each other's backs. I mean, we look out after everybody. And that's just the way we are in this neck of the woods. So this would be a great, great place to begin a business. Absolutely. Less than 2 minutes left in this segment. John Allen, would you like to say something about Sneed or about Northeast?
Well, I mean, just about our programs in general. I mean, like I said earlier in the program, New Year's is coming up. Thinking about those resolutions, make your education your New Year's resolution.
That's a priority. Misty, Sneed, what about that?
Yeah, same as John Allen. Sneed does have the welding. They have the computer technology programs. And of course, that modern manufacturing for working women program. And then plus our adult education programs across Marshall County. So yeah, make those New Year's resolutions and open enrollment in adult education. And I think spring registration's open for both colleges right now. So it's not too late.
Absolutely. And I wanted to mention one other thing. I'm a metal worker. I don't know if you guys knew that. I design weird looking jewelry. Been doing this for years, but I know a lady who lives in the Anniston, Oxford area, and she has been doing this for a number of years. So women can be awesome welders. Think outside the box with everything, because it's just, her stuff is just really funky looking. I mean, it just looks good. It's one of a kind stuff. So if you like to work with metals, women, go on ahead and come on board with that too. And a woman plumber would be good too. Now there's good money in that.
Absolutely.
Thank you, John Allen. Thank you, Misty, for coming on the show today. You guys are awesome. I always look forward to talking to both of you.
All right. Thanks, Donna.
Right,
thank you.
And thank you for watching Afternoon Drive Home on IC Radio, and we're your source for news and entertainment. Find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, as well as Abundant TV, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. You just heard my dog barking. That's a timer. See y'all later.